Hey everybody, I'm the Pigglesworth, and welcome back to Antimater Chemistry. Here we are back at home, safe and sound, yes we are, from last episode, where we went over to the Autumn Dimension and looked at a pyramid and couldn't figure out how to get in. Now, I just finished recording that episode, so we've moved over to this. I haven't figured out how to get into that pyramid yet. And stinkerish upon stinkerish, you know what I did? I filmed this entire episode. Yes, I did. But I didn't film it. I thought I was filming it. So I'm going to have to go through and kind of remember everything that I said and everything that I showed on camera. So some of the stuff's going to be already crafted and figured out. And you're going to be like, what in the world, Piggy? What are you talking about? Well, it's because this is take 2 of this episode. Yeah. So the first thing you'll notice is I don't have my armor in anymore. We made armor in the last episode. And what I did was I made a little armor stand over here. Placed it right here so that if we go back into the world of Autumn, our armor is ready to go. So that's what's going on right there. Now, I was trying to build some different stuff and do some different things and realized there was materials I was missing. And somebody had suggested maybe I build a mob farm. So what I had done, and let's go back over here. I should have stayed over here. What I had done was we had this mob farm sitting up here. And it had that cursed earth, and it was making stuff. So I was like, you know what? We need to ramp this up to 11. We may need to make a really, really big farm, not this little 3x3 thing. So I started placing down blocks of dirt to see if I could get it to like spread. And for some reason, it wasn't spreading. Now, I don't know if it was I wasn't being patient or if it just doesn't spread. I don't know what it was. But I ended up tearing all this up, which was kind of not good because we're going to need to make some more cursed earth, which means we need drops of evil. So drops of evil come from, we can get it from killing a wither, or we can make it in a chemical combiner with carbon, sulfur, and gunpowder. Now the carbon and the sulfur I've got plenty of, but I got rid of this structure before I got enough creepers to get gunpowder, because I didn't know if I was going to need it. So we're probably going to have to make a trip back to the nether so that we can get ourselves some of that that stuff, so we can make a drop, so that we can start us another farm, so that we can have creepers, so that we can make the gunpowder, so we can make the farm even bigger. That's the way that's going to go. So let's go over here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about as far as a farm. Like it? Nice, big, dark, open room. Mm-hmm. Actually, this is it. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's like, Piggy, how's this supposed to be a farm? What are you doing? Well, just trust Piggy. I'll explain it to you, okay? So I got this stuff right here. It's called clear glass. If we put sand in a Tinker's construct, or a Tinker's smelter, in this mod pack, we get clear glass, which will have a border on the outermost edge, but everything else doesn't have a border, so we can actually see through it, which is really cool, but it still acts like glass. And you can see we got redstone lamps up in here. And these are controlled back here by some redstone that I've set up with switches on each side. So I can flip this switch and this switch. We can go back in here and you'll see this room is now completely dark with the exception of the torches that are up there. So what I'm going to eventually do is route this wiring somewhere in that room with a switch so that when we can go in that room, we can flick a switch and turn on the lights and it'll turn off the mob farm. Or we can flick the switch off and we can start the mob farm going. Now, I've got these torches up here as an example because what I did was I needed to know how many surface areas we got going on up here. So what I did was I placed a whole bunch of torches, and then after I placed torches on every single block, I broke them. And I ended up with 2 stacks and 13 of torches, which is going to be important in just a minute. Now, the other thing I did was I built these diamond spikes, and I did this on camera. But like I said, I filmed it, but I didn't film it. So it's kind of stinkerish. But these things, ouch, these things hurt. They got a little bite to them. So the person that had suggested how to do this farm, they said use spikes. So I've got, I don't know why that mobs drop experience. That's why that's there. So the first thing I did is I typed in spike to see what kind of spikes we got going on. So we got wooden spikes, which will reduce a mob's health to half a heart, but it won't kill them, which means I would have to kill them. Then we've got stone and iron. And stone and iron, I guess, kills them, but doesn't do anything. So maybe you could use it for like protection around your base or something. But then we've got gold spikes, which makes a mob drop experience. Then we've got diamond spikes and creative. I'm clicking on it. It won't even, I guess it's for like when you're in creative mode. But diamond spikes makes a mob drop a player kill only item. So basically the loot crates that we're getting from killing mobs, by making mobs land on these spikes, they'll drop all that stuff, and that accumulator will absorb all of it and send it into a system for me. But then we have to move the mobs around, right? So that's what these are for, these vector plates. These things are pretty cool. I'll show you. I'm going to place some down like this, and go like this, and go like that, and then I'll go in F5 mode. Now I'm going to take my hand off the keyboard, okay? Just trust me, my hands aren't touching the keyboard right now. Isn't that cool? Uh-oh, we didn't do it right. But if I made this arrow pointing that way, it would have made me walk in a circle. So basically these plates can manipulate you and push you around, but it also works on mobs. How do you know, Piggy? How do you know? Well, I went in a creative world and I tested all this out to see if it would work before I bothered to try and build it, which it did, and it's pretty cool. So we've got these vector plates, vector plates. We got 3 different kinds to choose from: a vector, a fast, and an extreme. And so the higher level you go, the quicker the vector plate throws you forward. And right now we can only make these vector plates, which needs stone, sugar, and iron, which we have plenty of, and coagulated blood. Did you see that? See if I can scroll through it with the mouse wheel. Oh, it keeps right there. Okay, so coagulated blood, I'm like, how do I make this? And then I notice you can cast it just from blood. And remember how we have blood sitting in the Tinker's smelter from that zombie pig falling in? So then I clicked on this and realized I could smelt rotten flesh, which is awesome because that means we can kill zombie pigs or we can kill zombies, and that will give us enough blood to make coagulated blood to make vector plates. But I want to up the ante. I want this to be quicker. So I started looking at this, and we got to make dark sugar. So we got plenty of sugar. We've got that auto sugar farm, but this is the other stuff we need. Wither dust. So wither dust you can craft from a wither skull, wither dust bricks. But basically you got to get it as a mob drop. You got to kill a wither so that you can get wither dust. And also drop a evil. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go kill some withers so that we can get some drops of evil and some wither dust, because I need at least one spot of this to be cursed earth to start up the farm so that we can get more gunpowder. And once we can get more gunpowder, then we can make more cursed earth and start working on making more of these vector plates as well. So what I'm going to do is I tested this. If you have cursed earth, you can put a vector plate on top of it, and a mob will spawn, and the vector plate will push them forward. So we're going to push them down to this point, and then I'm going to have vector plates pointed this way. Oh, I tried to go around it. Almost fell in there. And vector plates going this way, and it'll push them in here and kill them, and that will be our mob farms. That's how that's going to work. So let's go over here. So basically what I'm going to have to do is go to the nether so that I can get myself some of this sweet loot and stuff. So let's see here. I got myself a hang glider, bouncy shoes, and a slime sling. And you know what? Since we're going to be messing around with withers and stuff, let's go ahead and do this. Isn't there a way? There's supposed to be like a hotkey you can click that'll give you all that stuff and put it on you, isn't there? Or maybe you have to do it like droppers or dispensers or something. I don't know. So here we go. A bunch of y'all complain, Piggy, you don't take us to the nether. You didn't let us see you kill any withers. You don't take us anywhere, Piggy. Well, let's go this way. We're going to go on vacation. We're going to go to the nether. Okay? Now, there's a bunch of you. There's a whole bunch of you I'm having to take with me to the nether, which is why nether's vacation. Because tickets to get here are really cheap. So to make sure that we could bring everybody, we had to go to the cheap place for vacation. Well, let's see here. We'll click that, and we'll do that. There we go. So that will work. Now, the reason why the portal is over there is because I was breaking obsidian with that cool little obsidian block breaker trick, which was this portal. And then once I had enough, I went ahead and moved the portal in the overworld to a different place, but I forgot I didn't have this portal made. I had already broken it. So when I stepped through the new portal, it generated down there, which is why long explanation of why we got to come over here. And we can see the fortress is this way. This took a lot of wandering around to find, I tell you. And I think once I finally found it, I went ahead and figured out a way to dig a tunnel. Dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel, so that we could get over to it much easier instead of like going around structures to get to it. This was more of like the direct approach. And thunk, thunk, we bounce our head on there. I still need to open this whole area up. So I'm going to go down here and see if we can find ourselves some withers, because that is going to let us get this dust, and that'll let us make some of these quicker vector plates too. What I'm hoping is the farm that I'm building in the overworld will somehow does it only spawn to overworld? I mean, it's an antimatter dimension. So I don't know what the mobs are specific there, but it'd be cool if it would spawn withers in the antimatter dimension. Just, where are there no wither skeletons anywhere to be found? Nothing down here. Let's check around. We have to like scout for a minute. It's kind of a wonky little nether. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you wonky. Let's see here. So this is going to be a bit of a challenge, apparently, looking for wither skeletons. Quit your bouncing, piggy. Quit playing around. We got to find some wither skeletons and give them a good smack. These crazy glowing mushrooms. I don't know if they're good for anything or not, but we'll grab a few. And we've got netherwort in the overworld. Yeah, Piggy's been through here before. I kind of looted this place. There wasn't a whole lot of good stuff in here. Oh, what is that sound? Is that the sound of wither skeletons? That is a really strange sound. Let's do this. Ooh, it is. Hey, you. Get down here. Quit playing around. Give him a good smack. 2, 3. Okay, he dropped wither dust. So that's good. We'll still need to hunt up some more of these guys. So you know what would be awesome is if we had looting on this sword. Let's see here. I think I'm safe. Let's go and block this up. Nope. That. And that. So how do we get looting? Can we get looting? Looting. Looting 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1 will work. So book and gold and essence of knowledge. Essence of knowledge is from a fluid transposer. How do we get pattern essence? Isn't there like something you have to stand on that pulls the essence of knowledge out of your character? Tome of knowledge, maybe that's what it was. I could have sworn that there was some kind of way, like an XP drain or something. Let's see if we have access to that. A drain, an XP drain. Okay, that's easy. So we can do an XP drain. We could put the XP drain on a tank of some kind, or maybe the fluid transposer, which I think we've already built. And let's go back. What else do we need to make the looting? A book and gold and an arcane ensorcellator. Okay. Creates magical tomes and scrolls. Let's click on that. Huh. Redstone reception coil. Okay, we can build that. That's easy. We can build the frames. We got lapis. That's easy-ish. Constantan gear. How do you make Constantan? Molten Constantan. An alloy. Okay, it's an alloy of nickel and copper. Okay, cool. We got that. Can we make books, though? I don't think I have... See, I don't have access to cows. How do you make leather? Can you make leather? Chemical combiner with protein. Ooh. And we can get protein from 42 different places. Carpet? Who knew that carpet had protein in it? Okay, fish. Zombie rotten flesh. Okay, cool. So that's what I'm going to do. Was there anything good in there? Maybe there's a wither stuff? Nope, nothing at all. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the overworld. And you know what? Let's just do that the quick way. So now that we're back in the overworld, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on trying to get this stuff built so that we can make ourselves some looting. And I'm going to get myself looting 3 on this diamond sword, and then I'm going to go back into the nether and start smacking around some withers, see if I can make myself a drop of evil. So I'm going to get all that done and try and get over here and get this this farm going, and then I'll bring you back, and we're going to check this out and see what in the world we can see. All right, so y'all hang tight, and I'll meet you over here in just a second. All righty. Now you may notice something. These things. These things are really, really cool. Dead wood crates. I'm going to click on one. It's going to show me an inventory, but watch that top real quick. See it move? And you can kind of watch when I escape. Whoop! Isn't that cool? So I got this one. This one's got stuff in it. Found an iron club, desert boots, desert leggings, a dirty ring, toss in water to clean. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay. And some other materials. What is that? Dates? Oh, it's food. Okay. Just a bunch of different random stuff that I found running around in the autumn dimension. That's right. I've done a whole bunch of stuff off camera between last clip and this clip. Bunch of research as well. So we're going to run through it real quick so that way we can kind of explain everything that's happened. So let's see what changed in here. Anything change in here? I don't think so. I've literally been playing for, I think, like 4 days between the last clip you just saw and this one. So I went ahead and made a new hammer. Now, I might be doing this wrong, but I think this is the way you're supposed to do it. So I made it all out of paper. And then I made 5 of those reinforced plate things. And then made it unbreakable. And then I modified it with a metal head so that it's magnetic. Now, for some reason, let's see here, shift for stats, control for more. Paper tough tool rod. Okay. It's not letting me add any redstone or the blue stuff, lapis, to modify it. So I guess it's because it needed more modifier slots, and since I swapped out the head, maybe what I should have done was leave the head paper, add the redstone to it so it was faster, and then swap that for iron. Because it seems like once you've changed a tool, as far as like making it unbreakable, you can then swap out pieces of it, and it will allow you to do other stuff. So I think that's how it works. Y'all let me know down in the comment section below if I'm doing that right or not. Another thing I did was this. I went ahead and made this arcane ensorcellator. We got a tank right here. I have some fluid pipes with a servo and the XP drain. And so we can stand on it and it will fill up the tank, and then the tank goes into the ensorcellator. Making books. That's what the other one was. So some of y'all might have noticed, let me hit R for recipe. I was looking at this, trying to figure out how to do leather. Look at this. Blank patterns. Okay, so we have sugarcane farm. Check. Make paper like crazy. I got a tree farm, so I can make blank patterns like crazy. So the only thing missing was string. And string can be made from protein. And we got tons of protein laying around. So that was really easy. So I made a whole bunch of books and went through and got myself a looting 3 sword. So that allowed me to go into the nether and kill a bunch of withers and get the materials I needed to make what we've got going on down there. And we're going to slowly make our way down there because I got one more thing I want to show you. So the other thing I did was I looked at all the chemicals and the compounds that were available in the chemical mod at chemical. See, it always freaks out when I do that. Alchemistry. That's That's why it does that. Chemistry. Wait a minute. There's a book? Do I have this book already? What are you? Soot-covered redstone. Magnets for... Wait a minute. There's a bunch of different books? Deep mob learning, magnets. Alchemistry would be a book and a stone pressure plate. I need to look and see. I'm not looking. I need to look and see. Okay, we do have that. Okay. But apparently there's some other books. I'll have to go through and look at that. So yeah, the alchemistry mod, we have these different machines. Now, it looks like I could build myself another dissolver and another combiner. I know there are times where it'd be nice to have another dissolver. Like it might be nice to have dissolvers. Wait, we're in the wrong room. See, y'all might have noticed. It might be nice to have dissolvers connected directly to these two machines so that they could be running in the background, and then I could have access to this for my manual work, stuff like that. So that might be because the, yeah, we looked at the combine. Milk? All I do is milk. I guess this is something that makes milk? Okay, that's weird. But anyway, so I went through and looked at all the different compounds and all the different chemicals and explored which ones I had materials that were available to me, and here's what we got. We have all of our compounds made. Yes, we do. I managed to find out that of all the chemicals I had available to me, which we're still missing quite a few, but of all the chemicals available to me and all of the items that were available to me, like different colors that we could make with flowers and bone meal and stuff, I was able to make all of our chemicals. So that's awesome. And then we've got overflow happening here, which means we'll have to start doing some upgrades. Now, the other thing was, did I bookmark it? Yeah, I did. This right here, this ME storage bus. Y'all had told me about it. And for some reason, this kept saying ME interface. And let me see. Click on that. See, it would say this. And I click on that, and it would say this. And I'm like, oh, I don't have the stuff for that. But then I clicked on it and started looking at it. Logic processors, Fluix dust, and Certus quartz crystals. Fluix dust comes from a Fluix crystal, which can be made this way. Charge Certus quartz, nether quartz, redstone dust, and a puddle next to one another and wait a moment to receive Fluix crystals. So that was one material that I think we can make now. And what was the other? The logic processors, printed silicon and logic circuits and inscribers. I think we can build all those. So I'm going to look at trying to build those between episodes, and I'm also going to look at this between episodes. Y'all, I've looked at some of y'all's comments between the days, and so I'm looking at making some of these upgrade kits for all my machines. There is a loot crate opener, which is awesome. It's really easy. Ferrous juniper, I think we've got those. A quest book, which is not too difficult. It's a book and some stone. Quest book would be sugarcane and stone. That might even be easier to build. Wait, I'll just right-click something. Okay. But then we've got this: a plant gatherer, a plant sower, augments, and steam dynamos. I think I've come up with a way, based off of y'all's suggestions, to make a farm that is going to attempt to give us an automated infinite source of power, which will be awesome. But let's go and go down here, because I know this is what y'all are waiting for. This is what I've been babbling on about, and this is what y'all are waiting for. Voila. I give you Piggy's mob farm for Antimater Chemistry. Oh, talk about ruining everything, Piggy. Now, I'm not going to step in there because I've done this once or twice before by accident building it, and I'll get stuck on these arrows, and they fling me down in here, and there's no escape. There's no way to get out. Now, the reason why I've got this a 3x3, I had it just the one slot, but spiders kept getting stuck. So I made this in such a way that spiders get thrown in here, and I know it would be nice to have more spikes there. Yeah, I only got 4 spikes. Every once in a while, a mob will get stuck in this safe zone and won't die, but enough mobs come through here that they will push a mob into a spike, and they will get hurt. So let's see here. This, oh wait, if we're going to turn this on, I will just have to go get the rest of this glass later and plug that up. So we're going to flip this switch, and this switch is now hooked up to all the redstone lamps. Y'all ready? Here we go. Isn't that cool? I could just stand here forever and collect all this nice loot. And every once in a while, a Enderman will show up. Not very often, but Endermen do show up in this. But so far, it's only overworld mobs. Let me back up a little bit, because I know that's noisy. Maybe that'll increase spawn rates a little bit, too. But all we, oh, I guess I have to be closer. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get real close. No? Okay. We'll go ahead and flip this off for now, because I'll show you the rest of what's going on. And see, these are slightly different than overworld mobs. They have like a different coloring to them. They seem to be more aggressive, and they seem to move much quicker. But right now, this is just very rough and rudimentary. I've got the accumulator going into an item duct, and apparently I don't need any servos on this. I guess the accumulator just pushes items out. Configuration. Okay, so I set the configuration to this, orange for out. We've got redstone disabled, so it's always on, and that's just info. So this is what we got. Looky there, looky there. Now some of this was here. I had emptied out all the loot crates, so we managed to get all these loot crates just in the few moments you were watching. So let's see, we get anything in there. I keep getting these dimlet parcels, and I still have no idea what they're for. It's just all these circuit boards, and I'm getting tons of them. So I'm going to go dump those in the circuit board chest. But that's a little. Now I still need to finish this wall and expand all that. I haven't done that yet. We're slow going, steady going in progress. This is all the circuit boards we're collecting. It's just crazy. But yeah, there's a few more modifications and stuff I want to do here, but I think I figured out a way to get some infinite power going, and then a way where we can get the ME storage system hooked up. And once we've got that hooked up, then we'll be able to access all of this through an ME storage interface. And this can be a storage room, and over here can be how we access it, with our little computer panel right here and all of our workstations right here, which will be really awesome. But if you enjoyed this episode, please click that like button. And if you want to see more of these as I release them and you're not already subscribed, would you consider subscribing? And if you want YouTube to notify you whenever new episodes come out, make sure to click that notification bell. I'm going to go ahead and try and see if I can get the majority of this stuff built so I can have everything ready and up and running for next episode. And that is when I hope to see you, is in the next episode.